So we've got a situation, and it's not just about an injury anymore. Rashawn Slater's absence is a tough blow, sure, but the real story right now is how Jim Harbaugh and the front office are responding. I'm talking about decisions that could shape the entire season. Shifting rookie Joe Alt over to protect Justin Herbert's blindside, sliding Trey Pipkins into the right tackle spot, and bringing in depth pieces to keep the line from cracking. But here's the thing. Are these the right calls? Could they have gone bigger in free agency? And what does this all mean for the offense we thought we were getting in 2025? So let's break down every move they've made so far, what they still could do, the potential results if it works, and the fallout if it doesn't. And yes, there's some reason for optimism, but I'm going to give you the full, honest picture. What's up, Chargers fans? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Chargers. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the Bolts. Before I dissect the moves, let's just set the table. Rashawn Slater, All-Pro left tackle, blindside guardian for Justin Herbert, goes down in practice with a torn patellar tendon. Season ending. No miracle comebacks here, no we'll see in December updates. He's out. That's not just losing a talented player, that's actually losing the whole season, if not rectified urgently and correctly. So the Chargers had a choice. Scramble in panic mode or rework the blueprint on the fly. And to their credit, they've acted fast, shifting Joe Alt to left tackle, bumping Trey Pipkins into the right side, and starting the hunt for extra depth pieces. The Chargers brought in a group of free agent linemen for workouts, guys like Cameron Fleming, Chris Hubbard, and ended up signing veteran David Sharp. He's not a star, but he's played in this league, and right now, having a backup with real NFL experience is non-negotiable. So, on paper, Harbaugh has kept the best 5 guys on the field, filled the gap without blowing up the rest of the line, and made sure there's a veteran option waiting in the wings. It's quick, it's decisive, but is it the best plan for the long haul? Well, that's where the debate starts. And it begins with whether moving Joe Alt to left tackle is a smart bet or a dangerous gamble. The pros are clear. Alt was an absolute rock at Notre Dame. He's got the size, the athleticism, the footwork. And the Chargers didn't spend a top draft pick on him just to have him be a career right tackle. In fact, this is what you draft a guy like that for, to be insurance against exactly this nightmare scenario. And by putting him on the left side, Harbaugh is saying, our best lineman available protects our most important asset, Justin Herbert. That's sound logic, but let's be honest about the cons. One NFL start at left tackle. That's it. And now you're throwing him into a full-time role against guys like Max Crosby, Chris Jones when he lines up wide, Bradley Chubb, the AFC West pass rush gauntlet. Chemistry is another factor, and he's got to build timing and trust with Zion Johnson on his inside shoulder, and that doesn't happen overnight. There's also the mental load. Protecting Herbert's blindside isn't just about blocking. It's about making the right split-second adjustments when defenses throw exotic looks. Sure, they could have brought in a veteran left tackle. Maybe not an all-pro, but a guy who's done it for years, and kept Alt on the right side where he's already comfortable. They could have experimented with Mekhi Becton sliding back to tackle and leaving Alt in place. Those routes might have been more conservative, but they'd also mean putting someone less talented than Alt in the most critical spot on the line. So here's my take. I actually like the boldness. This isn't a safe play. It's a confidence play. Harbaugh is betting on talent and upside over comfort and experience. If Alt holds up, this could be a season saver. If he struggles, well, the Chargers' offensive identity could take a serious hit before October. So here are the starting 5 set. Left tackle, Joe Alt. Left guard, Zion Johnson. Center, Bradley Bozeman. Right guard, Mekhi Becton. Right tackle, Trey Pipkins III. On paper, that's still a pretty solid unit. The problem is, in the NFL, you're always one play away from testing your depth. That's where the Chargers' next move comes in, signing veteran David Sharp after working out multiple free agent tackle. Now, Sharp isn't going to push Alt or Pipkins for a starting job, but he's got real NFL reps under his belt. He's played both tackle spots, and for a swing backup, that's valuable. And the workouts with guys like Cameron Fleming and Chris Hubbard also tell me Harbaugh and GM Joe Hortiz aren't just hoping for the best. They're actively scanning the market for reinforcements. That's smart. You can't stop injuries, but you can stop them from derailing the entire season. The other safety net is internal. Jamari Salyer, remember, he started at left tackle in 2022 when Slater went down and held his own, is still on the roster. Mekhi Becton, if needed, can slide back out to tackle. That's flexibility most teams don't have. So, has the front office done enough here? I'd say they've covered the basics. They've got a starting five they believe in, and they've added a veteran safety valve. The question is, should they stop here or keep hunting for a more proven starter to hedge against the risk at left tackle? That's the decision that could define the rest of this season. Now, here's where the ripple effect really kicks in, because swapping out your blindside protector isn't just an offensive line story. It changes how the entire offense functions. Let's start with Justin Herbert. When a quarterback trusts his left tackle, he can stand tall, go through his reads, and wait for that deep shot to develop. When he doesn't, the internal clock speeds up. That means more quick throws, more checkdowns, fewer opportunities to attack downfield. If Joe Alt adapts quickly, Herbert's rhythm stays intact. If not, you might see the Chargers' passing game get a little more conservative. Not because they want to, but because they have to. In the run game, this is a big adjustment too. Harbaugh and offensive coordinator Greg Roman came in wanting to pound the ball, move the defense from point A to point B, whether they liked it or not. Rashawn Slater was a huge part of that vision, sealing edges, creating lanes for backs to burst through. Joe Alt can be that guy eventually, but expecting him to dominate NFL edge defenders in the run game right away is asking a lot. Schematically, I expect a few tweaks. More rollouts to Herbert's right to take pressure off Alt early in games, keeping a tight end or running back into chip against elite rushers, quick release passing concepts to neutralize the rush. And we can't ignore the schedule factor. The Chargers aren't easing into the season. Early matchups include some of the league's nastiest pass rushers. That means the new-look O-line is going to be tested immediately, not in Week 10 after they've had months to gel. So, while the Chargers' immediate moves have been decisive and logical, there's still room to keep building this safety net. Because in the NFL, the margin between a good plan and a great plan is often just one more smart decision. And let's be real, every decision in football has two possible endings: the highlight reel or the blooper tape. Best case scenario, Joe Alt steps into left tackle like he was born for it. His college pedigree translates instantly. The chemistry with Zion Johnson clicks, and Herbert barely notices the change. Trey Pipkins holds his own on the right. The run game stays nasty, and the Chargers keep rolling. Suddenly, we're looking back in December saying, man, remember when we thought this was going to sink the season? It becomes one of those stories of resilience, the kind coaches love to hang their hat on. And the worst case scenario? Alt struggles with the speed and power of NFL edge rusher. Herbert starts feeling phantom pressure. The quick passing game becomes predictable, and the run game loses its punch without Slater paving the way. The O-line starts to leak, and suddenly we're talking about whether the Chargers can protect their franchise QB for a full season. And if injuries hit again, well, 2020 Chiefs fans can tell you how quickly an offense can unravel without steady tackles.